The Denver Broncos are getting new uniforms. It has been officially announced by Broncos team president Damani Leach at the 2024 league owners meeting down in Florida that the Broncos will indeed be getting new threads in 2024. The Broncos announced it in this announcement here on their official website, coming soon. You can see some elements potentially of the new uniform. Possibly this is a zoom in on the prototype. There are some changes, but there's also going to be many popular elements of the previous uniforms that are going to stay. And my biggest concern when it was announced that the Denver Broncos were getting new uniforms is that Nike has botched quite a few of the recent uniform reveals. I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the leaks of the new Texans uniforms. I think that they're just a carbon copy almost of the Atlanta Falcons uniforms. They took away an elite feature in the Texans uniforms in the red numbers. Nike, the very first uniform redesign that they did was actually the Denver Broncos when they went to their now going out uniforms. Nike is kind of been all over the map over these last 10 years especially. I remember when they redesigned the Jacksonville Jaguars uniforms and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms. I believe they got full creative control over it, and basically as soon as the minimum requirement was up, the Cleveland Browns was another one actually, they just turned back the clock and almost went back to what they had. The Jaguars stripped everything down and went very minimalistic, and I've noticed that's really been a trend, is more minimalistic, less crap all over the uniforms, less logos, just leave the empty space and let the uniform color scheme and the numbers and the fonting, just let all that speak for itself. You don't have to put all kinds of little nods and tips and tricks. Several uniforms over the last few years have just been botched, but the last couple of redesigns that they've done, they have given me some hope, and that hope really is ones like the Arizona Cardinals, where they really stripped everything down, Jacksonville Jaguars as well, and just went simple, minimalistic, and basic. Unfortunately, there are some clues here that these uniforms might not be simple, minimalistic, and basic. I do enjoy that it looks like they're going to be updating the logo just a little bit. It's going to be the same basic logo, but they've added some texture to it, it looks like, so I do enjoy that. I think that this fonting that's on the announcement right here could be a clue as to what the fonting is going to be for possibly like the word Denver on the front of the jerseys or the nameplates. That could be a clue as to what the fonting is going to be there. It has been officially confirmed that the team's logo and colors will remain the same, but the Broncos uniforms are going to undergo a full redesign per Damani Leach. It will be revealed sometime in the next few weeks. You have to imagine it's going to be before the NFL draft because you don't want your hopefully first round rookie prospect, Bo Nix, holding the old Broncos uniforms. You want them to be the new Broncos uniforms. So I imagine it's going to be at some point before the draft. Greg Penner, Broncos owner and team president, announced that he's really excited, feels that it's time for a change, and he thinks that they'll have something that honors Broncos country and the fan base, and it has some elements of Colorado. We'll get more into what those potential elements are as we go into this, because it was initially announced that the Broncos were getting new uniforms by Mario Vitanzi unofficially. He's somebody who's a team chiropractor. He's not officially with the team, but he works with a lot of current and former Broncos players, and very notable Broncos players at that. So he was kind of tuned into this pretty early on in the process. This was a tweet that he sent out December 23rd of 2023. Here's what I know about the Broncos uniforms for next season, this coming season, that they will be updated, with the biggest changes being the removal of the parentheses stripes on the side of the uniform. So the orange, the blue stripes, the swooshes that go down the uniforms, those are going to be gone. And those are going to be gone because the Denver Broncos want to be able to interchange the tops and bottoms and not have a situation where they can't really wear their current blue pants with the white tops. They tried it a couple of games in 2022, and it didn't look good at all because of that swoosh. They mismatched. You had a blue swoosh on the top and then an orange swoosh on the bottom. Those are going to be gone. That's the biggest key. Another element here is that there's going to be an emphasis on 5-280 and the mountains to some extent. I think that 5-280 could very well be on the front of the jerseys, kind of like the Arizona Cardinals new jerseys, where it says Arizona on the front of their main home orange or their main home red jerseys. So I think that could be an element to look for. And the mountains to some extent, it sounds like it's going to be on the sleeves, but according to this tweet here from Mario, those sleeves aren't going to be a full-blown mountain, just more of a mountain concept, and it will be subtle. So maybe like zigzags or something like that on the sleeves to resemble mountains. It was also announced that the team will be bringing back the throwbacks that they wore from 1968 to 1996. So these uniforms right here. This does make me feel like the Broncos are going to be abandoning the navy blue helmets, which I'm not a big fan of. I think they're probably going to go with white helmets as their main primary helmet. That's not confirmed. It's not been leaked, but based on the direction things have been going with the Broncos unveiling that snow-capped helmet, I don't think it's only going to be around for 1 year. So I think there's a chance that these uniforms will get maybe this throwback, more like lighter blue. I don't recall exactly. Royal blue, sorry. More of this royal blue helmet right here. I think that might be the secondary helmet and the white helmets might be the primary helmet, which again, not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is. You could use the Throwback D logo on the white helmets with the current Color Rush similar uniforms like that. I think that the number style is going to be something like this on both of the uniforms, just like the Color Rush uniforms here. So I think that those are some clues that we can take away here from the Denver Broncos uniforms as to what they might look like in 2024. I'm curious, Broncos country, how do you guys feel about the Denver Broncos getting new uniforms, first of all? And how confident are you in Nike to get this right? That's something that, again, I have my concerns about. I'm hoping that they do a good job. I'm hoping it's not something that's crazy over the top like the old Cleveland Browns uniforms, the old Buccaneers clock uniforms, the old Jags. God, those were some bad uniforms. But hopefully Nike has learned from some of their past mistakes and goes more in the Arizona Cardinals route as opposed to the current new Houston Texans uniforms that have been leaked. Those are not my favorite at all. So I'm curious, Broncos country, how confident are you in Nike to get this right? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.